Hello again. Today we focus on identity through language and the politics of language. In the last lecture, we talked about that all humans have language. In fact, language is one of those traits that makes us human. Not only is it the case that all humans have language, it is also the case that only humans have language. If we were to define language simply as a form of communication, then we would not be special at all. Other species have way to communicate as well. But, as Charles Hockett has observed, human language is characterized by a series of design features. First, our meaningful units are made up of meaningless parts. That's what Hockett called duality of patterning. Second, the relation between sound and meaning is arbitrary. And third, we can talk about stuff that's not in our immediate environment, stuff that's displaced in space or in time. So, only humans have language. Language in this sense is one of the traits that defines us as humans. The capacity to have language is part of our genetic endowment, though the actual languages that we speak are not, and that's where diversity comes in. Languages differ, and they differ in various ways. And just like the fact that we have language identifies us as human beings, so does the fact that we speak a particular language identify us as belonging to a particular social group. These social groups can be as large as nations, but they can also simply define regional varieties, dialects. But even smaller social groups are defined by different versions of a language, sociolects or idiolects, and these languages constantly change. So, while on the one hand our language faculty unites us as human beings, on the other hand, the different languages that we actually speak divide us into different social groups. And then once again, the individual languages that we speak identify us as belonging to a particular social group. While this might be great if you belong to a privileged social group, it's not so great if you belong to a less fortunate one. Suppose that one group decides that another group should be eliminated, or at least that their identity should be eliminated. What better way than to eliminate their language? And to eliminate a language, all you need to do is to prevent the kids in that group from learning their language. Two primary objectives of the residential school system were to remove and isolate children from the influence of their homes, families, traditions, and cultures, and to assimilate them into the dominant culture. These objectives were based on the assumption Aboriginal cultures and spiritual beliefs were inferior and unequal. Indeed, some sought, as it was infamously said, to kill the Indian in the child. Today we recognize that this policy of assimilation was wrong, has caused great harm, and has no place in our country.